Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Welcome home again. And the final visit here at our Cape. We're putting the finishing touches on today. Ryley is building a gate for our front garden fence. We've got a new brick path going in place here to the front door. We'll be getting together with our landscaper who will show us how to put in an herb garden and perennial garden in this little front area. We're also getting our lawn installed, and Ann Hill, an interior decorator, has done a fantastic job with some of those rooms in there, including that shabby old L that we started out with. So stay with us. It's good to have you home again.
Sears presents Home Again with Bob Vila.
Well, Ryley, it's a pretty nice little fence you've put together for us, but I thought it was going to be a picket fence.
Well, I changed that, Bob, for the simple reason that at the end of the week I like to sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor. And
you wouldn't be able to do it on those pickets.
They're a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, this is nice and sturdy. How did you build it?
It's pretty simple. I put a piece of pressure-treated stock in the ground for 6 inches deep to keep any of the critters from being able to climb under it.
Yeah, those woodchucks, yeah.
Slats are just 1.5 inches wide, and the spaces are an equal distance, 1.5 inches.
And that's a critical part of any good design, is to have the right proportions.
Yeah, that's really what makes it.
What about the cap up here?
Cap is just a piece of 2x4 that we've ripped in half and just routed out a 3/4 inch space to receive the slats.
On the table saw.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it works out pretty nice.
And then galvanized hinges
yeah.
and a pressure-treated post that's just sunk into the sand, what, a foot and a half or so?
2 feet.
2 feet, good. And then we've got our brick path going swimmingly here. What do you call this, a running bond, right?
That's right, yeah, this is a running bond pattern.
Yeah.
And,
which simply means that the joints are staggered against a full brick against a joint. And you see that throughout.
Right.
And he's just had to cut one there and tap it into place. Now, is he putting it all in sand?
He's putting the whole thing in sand. He's taking the soft material out, and it's 12 inches of sand that's been tampered down.
How come not in stone dust?
Well, in the early days on the Cape, they didn't have any stone dust, and we've got plenty of this sand material around, so it's with the 12 inches, it's plenty sufficient.
And as long as it's well tamped, it's not gonna sink on you. And of course, the other trick is to have a full 2x. This is probably a 2x6.
That's right.
And that's going to keep the whole base from moving sideways.
And that's pressure treated as well.
Beautiful job. Good. Thanks, Ryley. I'll let you finish up with the gate, and I'll check back with you later.
Okay,
right
Bob.
now, let's meet Susan Hofer, our landscaper. Hi.
Hi, Bob.
How are you, Susan?
Good.
You have devised kind of a plan for the front garden here that's going to have some lawn, but primarily it's a little garden the way they might have had back in colonial days, right?
Right. A very simple garden, and what we're trying to do with the design style is to have it in keeping with the style of the house, you know, the typical country garden, cottage garden,
right,
with the Cape Cod style house.
Yeah.
And what we're doing here is, since this is a shade part of the planting bed, I'm trying to really focus on shade-loving perennials, one being this one called bugbane.
Bugbane.
And we're placing it here in the corner because it reaches a nice height, almost 3-foot height.
Yeah.
Flowers late in the season, in September, when you don't have much color.
Oh, nice.
And then we move over here to a fairly traditional plant, the hosta, another shade-loving perennial. And it adds a nice texture variation to the bugbane.
Right.
And over here we have some veronica and coral bells. And
so you'll have blue and pink for color down here, right?
And I also want to add some more daylily and also some bleeding heart.
But what about herbs and edible things? I mean, early settlers would have had a fenced-in yard so that they could grow their herbs, their medicinal herbs, and maybe some edible things right in their front garden, right?
What we're doing is focusing on those type of plants over here, being this is where we have the sunny section of the garden.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Here we have some stone crop here in the corner, which does also get some height.
What's it called?
Stone crop, sedum.
Sedum, okay.
And here we've introduced some herbs.
Some sage.
This is Russian sage. And here we have some lamb's ear, which is going to go out beyond the fence. It's going to make a nice mass to tie everything together.
Yeah.
And I also want to add some lettuce type of plants, maybe some basil,
Yes.
and intermix some annuals just to give color.
Okay. So we'll come back and check with you in a little while once we put the sod down and the garden's looking a little bit more complete. Right now we have to break for some messages, but stay with me. And now let's meet my friend Ann Hill, who's a designer and who has really done some fabulous designing for us in here. Hi, Ann.
Hi, Bob.
So last week we looked at the floor and how it was being painted, and now you've really pulled everything together for us.
This week we're going to discuss the placement of the furniture. In this room we're very concerned with the traffic pattern.
Right.
We have the front door going over to the kitchen and
to the bedrooms.
into the bedrooms.
Exactly.
So we really wanted to keep this area free
And you've
for
done that,
easy
right.
access.
Yeah.
So we've put an antique desk from Scandinavia up against the wall.
It's all pine, yeah.
And it's all pine.
Very nice. And you can just pull a chair up
Pull
to
a
it.
chair over and it's very
work
useful.
at the desk or clean up.
And
then
we've
what about this?
Put our seating area over on this side of the room. And the main piece in the seating area is this old Scandinavian bed bench.
A bed bench?
It's a bed bench. This section pulled out, and an unexpected guest could sleep side by side,
Really?
going this way.
So it's an early convertible couch.
Almost.
I love it. I also like the way you've placed it in the room on an angle which kind of lines up with the
our
floor pattern.
checkerboard, yes.
Yeah.
We've used a tea table instead of a traditional American coffee table. It's a little higher,
Yeah.
and I think it works well.
It's pine also,
And
right?
it's also pine.
It's beautiful. And the chairs?
The chairs are very early 1800s.
It's heavy, yeah.
I think they're Swedish and they're made of ash.
They're gorgeous.
And the craftsmanship is nice. on
Very,
those,
very
yes.
nice, but they look sturdy, yeah. And the armoire?
The armoire is also an antique, but we've used new paint on the armoire. We've used a color to match our floor.
Sure.
And we've rubbed it on so that it still has an antique-looking finish on it.
So the trick is not to brush a thick coat of paint on,
Right,
but just to
just
kind
to-
of rag it on.
Rag it on thinly.
What about the flowers?
We had an artist hand paint the flowers to go with the other colors in the room.
Very nice. And the prints on our pine wall over here?
These are from a book on North American ferns.
Yeah.
And we've framed them up in
Pine frames, yeah.
which go with the rest of the room.
I like them. I mean, I've been wanting to figure out how to plant some wild
Well-
ferns out in the island out there. What about in our bedroom? What have you done over here?
Well, Bob, we've done this up as a little girl's room.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. Look at this bed.
This is a nice child-size antique Scandinavian bed with a great tall headboard and a lovely carved detail on the top.
Beautiful carving. I'd really like that. And you've got window treatment that's very appropriate.
We've used tea towels and made them into curtains.
So those are
Oh,
real
yes.
linen?
Linen tea towels.
Very, very nice idea.
Also
yeah.
carried that over to a old-fashioned touch with a runner on the chest.
Yeah. And a
And-
little miniature tea set.
Child doll size, actually,
Yeah.
tea set.
That's lovely.
And a whimsical hand-painted mirror.
Beautiful job, too. And then you've taken advantage of the shelves that Ryley built for us
This
here.
is a great built-in
Yeah.
for toys and books and to display collections such as
More teacups.
more tea
Yeah.
sets, antique tea sets.
And rabbits and things. That's really nice. I love it. Listen, we'll check back with you in a few minutes so that we can take a nice long look at the family room where I know you've done some real special things. But right now, I just want to show you a couple of other things that have happened here. For example, the vanity here in the bathroom, which we were building last week. It's all completed now. All strictly a carpenter-built affair that you can try to do yourself. Painted fronts. The doors are hung, painted the inside. We've installed our laminated plastic top and gotten the sink in place and made a kind of a mirror frame here out of pine. And the finishing touch is putting in a perimeter of this screen mold, which is already painted. All in all, it's about a $20 do-it-yourself job that really looks a lot better. But right now, let's go outside in the backyard. That is the easiest way to spread all your gravel on the driveway, huh?
Yeah, it spreads it out nice and thin.
Yeah, I love the color.
Right.
What kind of stuff is it?
This is a screen stone, and the plant is very close by.
It's
in
native to
Falmouth,
Cape Cod.
Native to Cape Cod, which allows us to keep the cost down.
Right.
And we also chose it because of the color. It's a natural brown color, which kind of blends in with the
Yeah.
surrounding natural landscape.
Oh, it's really beautiful up against the house. Let's
Right.
talk a little bit about the choice of material here. For example, what's this bush that you put in?
This here, Bob, is called the flowering almond, and we placed it here to provide a nice view for somebody driving up the driveway. It reaches a height of about 10 feet.
Yeah.
It's about yay wide, has a nice oval shape.
Yeah.
And here, we're preparing the hole here. You see the diameter of the hole is about twice the width of this root ball here.
Right.
And also the positioning of the height of the root ball is important. You want the top of it to be right on grade with the existing grade.
Even with the existing
Even
grade.
with the
Yeah,
grade.
that's going to be real pretty. And what about these things over here?
Okay, we have 3 white cascade azalea here.
Uh-huh.
We put 3 together here to produce a nice mass here.
And they're going into these holes? Yeah.
Right.
Now, is it a good idea to always plan 3s and 5s and odd numbers?
Right, where we can achieve a nice mass of planting.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And the colors will mesh together.
That's beautiful. And the house looks so pretty with a little white fence and the plants going in
Yes, here
along
we're
the edge here.
putting the final touches on the border here. You see we have, here's the lettuce here where we can plant in between the spaces of the perennials.
Yeah, so you've got perennials and some herbs, and the idea is rather than put any kind of mulch down there, just fill in the space
Fill
with
in
some
the
of these
space and,
edible goodies.
right.
Parsley down there, yeah. Good, let's take a look at the sod that's being installed.
Okay, Bob, what we want to do here is first thing is hide this ugly meter with a
Mm-hmm.
nice plant in front of it.
Like maybe an
And
Andromeda or something like that?
An Andromeda with his upright habit.
Yeah.
What we want to do here is plant something low and not too wide. There's not much space here. There is a tendency to always plant small shrubs and without knowing that they do get big and eventually they'll have to be removed and you end up spending more money.
Yeah. Hey, this is really instant gratification though,
Yeah,
isn't it?
The beauty of a sod lawn. It may be more expensive, but it does give you that instant landscape.
Uh-huh.
And you see here the way the men are laying the panels in a staggered fashion. It's real important to have these seams staggered. So the important thing is to have the joints, but very tight together. So
Why
the
is
roots
that?
grow together and eventually you'll have one mass.
Okay, basically so that you can get those roots to intermesh down.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's important to keep a newly sod lawn watered. 'Cause
Sure.
It dries out very quickly.
Now, I've also heard that it's a mistake to leave the rolled up sod on the edge overnight. You got to put it all down or else open it up, right?
Right, because it produces a lot of heat.
Yeah.
And even just overnight, you'll get burn on the lawn.
And you'll
on the
lose it.
sod.
Susan, thanks for the design
Okay,
help.
Bob.
It looks beautiful. We're going to break for some messages, and then we'll get together with Ann again to see what she's done for us in the family room. So stay with us.
Serving area. And
Well, I think it makes sense to save the best for last because you've done really wonderful work in the family room kitchen. And accessorizing a kitchen with all these neat things, it makes such a difference, doesn't it? What's this?
this is a wire reproduction of a Victorian antique, and we've used it to hold our everyday fruit, but it would
love
be
the-
great with plants.
Yeah, the color's my favorite green. And how do you like the idea of using a regular overhead cabinet down low up on the floor so that you can create this,
It's created a wonderful serving area,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a nice detail where it's rounded so no one's going to bump themselves, and
Yes.
you've got some nice display shelves
saves the
below.
hips, yeah. Another good tip is when you're ordering cabinets, if you want to do this kind of a detail for stools, make sure you've got about a 15-inch depth minimum so that you can get comfortably seated there. But the room itself, what once was our kind of shabby back L, is now a wonderful family room that serves both as a dining area or formal dining room and family seating space.
It's certainly turned into a comfortable room, and I think it'll be used
This is neat.
the most of any room in the house.
Yeah, tell me about this armoire.
This is an armoire made to hold clothes, and we've refitted it with shelves.
Yeah.
And we've shown one half with the door off
Right.
so that you can see how you could display items that you might like to, and the other half we show with the door on
The entertainment center, yeah.
conceals the entertainment center.
Sure. And it's just got that feeling of being a comfortable place to sit, and the colors work well. Tell me about the rug.
Well, we've used a light rug on the dark floor. It's a sisal rug, and it's very inexpensive. And
Kind of thing that if it wears out, you toss it out and
That's
get a
right.
new one. Yeah.
Right.
And the wicker is also
It's
antique?
American Bar Harbor antique.
What about these little tables?
Oh, these are kind of interesting. We picked these up in Stockholm, and they were originally just rusted out, and we put a lot of elbow grease into those, and we've painted them green to go in this room, Bob.
And they all work well together, kind of in this not quite country. It's kind of a sophisticated
A little
country
bit,
feeling.
yes.
This is beautiful, though. The table, it is a gate leg table, right?
Yes, it's a gate leg table. It's made of oak, and the leaves drop down. And
so that if you close it, you've got a very narrow
yes,
table.
if you close it up, you have a narrow table. It can be moved off to the side of the room if you need more space in the room.
Yeah. Thank you, Ann. You've really transformed what was once an awful, ugly duckling, and it's really a beautiful swan now. Thanks
you,
a lot.
Bob.
Right now, let's go outside and talk with Ryley. Hey, Ryley.
Hi, Bob.
How's it going?
Good.
Hey, it really looks nice in there. The old shed is beautiful, thanks to Ann Hill on the inside and thanks to you on the outside.
Thank you.
That bulkhead door looks good, too.
Yeah, it took the paint real nice.
Yeah, well, nobody would recognize that old camp, that old shabby shed, as we called it when we brought it over here.
It dressed up real nice with some new corner boards and shingles.
Some new shingles, yeah. We did have some bug damage there when we...
Yeah, that was a bit of a mess in that area, for sure.
And I guess we did have to replace the windows on it, but
yeah,
they were pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, well, the frames held up. They look pretty good with a couple of coats of paint on them.
Indeed, they do, yeah. And the whole inside looks so pretty with all those nice straight lines, you know.
Well, that wasn't an easy task either. I mean, the walls were really going this way and that, so there are new walls on the inside.
Well, it did require a little bit of restructuring, didn't it? But stand back and look at it. That roof line now with a little dormer roof so that we could put in the patio door, and the way it kind of got married into the new house.
It looks nice. There was a lot of work doing that. The rafters assisted up, as you remember.
You even had a chance to build, what do you call it, a flesh plate girt?
That's right, yep, flesh plate girt in there.
And the guys did such a great job of doing the paint on such short notice. They got it all done for us just in the last few days.
Yeah, Paul was real helpful.
And staining on the shingles, which is already starting to look like it's just a weathered facade. And the front is just spectacular, I think.
Yeah, this is nice.
And I really congratulate you on your little fence design here.
Thank you. This is something I saw over in Edgartown on the vineyard.
On Martha's Vineyard.
And I liked a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure they could have built it like that back in the 1800s. Yeah. I'm glad you got the clipboard out, because I've been wondering how we've been doing with the last and final bills coming in.
Okay, well, we've got everything down here, and let's see where we left off.
Last week we were up to $60,000.
Right.
$60,233, and you've now added the bill from the electricians, $2,700.
Right.
The tile and material, $800.
That's
the
right.
water service, the town charged $1,100.
Well, that's a flat fee for everyone to get into the service.
And then $300 for cleaning.
Cleaning the house.
And I see, you've done a clean slate on everything.
Yeah, I couldn't read your figures too well, so I've just taken everything and totaled it all up so I could see what was what.
And it looks like we're coming in at $69,000.
That's about right.
Yeah. Which, of course, is a good deal off the mark from the original $50,000 we were talking about.
Which I thought was a pretty conservative budget to be working towards.
Yeah, it was a tough goal to try to attain. However, the interesting part of the numbers story is the fact that the square footage in this house, when you figure in that back L, is
about 1,700 feet.
A little over 1,700 square feet.
Yeah, 1,728.
Yeah, that's a lot of house. And if you take 69,000 and do the division, roughly, you come out at about $40 a square foot.
42, somewhere around there.
And 42 bucks a square foot for a new house is something that you can be proud of.
That's a good figure, for
It's
sure.
a real good figure. Of course, it doesn't include the traditional percentage that a general contractor would be getting, because we're having, we're talking our viewer into being the general contractor.
Right, and we did have a lot of places here where we saved money. Off the bat, I thought right from the very beginning with the lot selection, our excavation figure is $1,500, which is really, really, I mean, he didn't find a stone in here over the size of a basketball.
Nothing like digging in sand. By the same token, bringing over the old L cost us an extra couple of bucks.
That was a lot of labor in there.
But it's got a lot of charm. Thank you. I hope we'll be able to do a project together sometime soon.
Me too.
We're going to have to break a minute for some commercials. I'll be right back. Okay, that is going to be a wrap for today and for Old Cape Cod. I hope you've enjoyed this adventure in building a little Cape-style house. I'm pretty proud of it, and I think it looks great. Next week, we start a new adventure. We're going to the Midwest. We're going to start a remodeling project in Chicago. And boy, I think it's going to be something else. We're tackling a two-family house, what they call a 2-flat. It's also a gray stone, made out of stone on the exterior, brick on the sides. While we're there, we'll be showing you other neighborhoods in Chicago besides our own. We're in Wicker Park, but we'll show you a little bit of Lincoln Park, a little bit of downtown Chicago, where they've built some fantastic buildings in the last 10 years. And we'll even be taking you to a salvage yard, so I hope you won't miss it. That's about a wrap, as I said. Come home again next week. Till then, I'm Bob Vila.